Well, this is one of those crashes that we've got to rip the band-aid off of. So we're dealing with the old Patsy here. She is a yellow, red, and purple user. Her yellow ability costs 7, I believe, and it creates a one-turn repeater tile that not only makes all of her moves a whole heck of a lot cheaper, but if there's any strike, attack, or protect tiles that are on the board, it strengthens them again, as long as that repeater tile is on the board. Her red ability swipe left, well, swipe right because, reasons. Actually, I know why, because of Tinder and all those dating apps. This one here costs 7 as well, I believe. Let me double check and see, because I'm doing all these. I'm doing her powers more or less off of memory. So yeah, it's Patsy 7. Yeah, swipe right. Yeah, this was a 7 AP ability as well. You select a tile, destroy all the tiles in that row, generate AP, and then you deal damage. Don't generate AP, but then you create green strike tiles. So that's gonna feed into that. And then cat like reflexes. So purple ability, which costs 6. She swaps 6 random enemy special tiles in the bottom row and then deals damage to the target. And then we'll go into the strategy of how to defeat her later. Her affiliations: Heroes, Defenders, Team Iron Man, and Street Level for all those that care. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, one of the worst characters in the game, old punk. So, uh, let's talk about him. He's a red, green, and black user. Um, he's obviously no good, but he's a reward back for Colossus, at least for that measure. He has some value. His red ability Slapshot costs 6, deals damage to the target, and then there's 2 or more friendly protect tiles on the board, and also set the target for 1 turn. Oh, and don't worry, he makes protect tiles, so that's his black ability. Spin to win, one of the worst abilities in the game. Uh, it costs 8, and it rotates 8 tiles of 3 randomly selected tiles in the same row, adding damage whenever puck matches a tile. So imagine, if you will, uh, you have you have a match 3 that's already on the board, and then when you spin to win, and then it just randomly changes the tiles to something else. Yeah, he's not gonna make that match there. Now watch as I say that there, spin to win actually does work. Alright, and then Inner Demon is his green ability, his black ability, that costs 6. Again, I'm thinking about the stuff that he did with the Immortal Hulk, but that's neither here nor there. So he creates 3 black projectiles, and then if he has less than 50% health, he creates 4 instead. And then when he's damaged for uh, whatever the threshold is for his health, um, he destroys a random row of tiles, dealing damage to the enemy team. And then at higher levels, more damage, but the threshold is more or less the same, and the amount of projectiles has changed. All right. Affiliations for those who care about him: Heroes, Alpha Flight, and Enhanced. Um, yeah. So strategy against Patsy is pretty simple. We just need her to not get enough red. And we definitely do not want her yellow to get out of hand. That's the main thing. If she uses purple, that's all right, because hopefully, if we do this right, there won't be any special tiles on the board. because we're gonna fire off Puck's black and then his red to get the stun off. If we do get spin to win work, you know, hey, it'll be a miracle. Cool, Puck, you got a match 5. Yay. Let's go ahead and take this red. Okay, again, like I said, I wanna get the black for the inner demon. All right, let's get the stun. Boom. And now we got rid of those special tiles. At least most of them anyways. Cool, take this match 5 for blue. Let's see if this will work. Spin to win. Nope, didn't make a match. See? Cat-like reflexes. You can have this here. There are no tiles to swap. Oh snap, I can use Inner Demon again. Cool, we'll use it later. Let's match this purple, because again we're trying to do not purple. Cool, take that. Alright, let's spin to win. See, no matches again. This is, like I said, it's a useless ability. Or as Psycho Mantis would say in Metal Gear Solid, useless. It doesn't matter here because she's almost, yep, there we go. So yeah, Puck, the only thing you got really going for you is a stun. That's it. So there's that. Thanks Alliance for playing. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined about what happened in our Alliance event. But anyway, the same thing as usual. I'm not gonna belabor the point. Let my matches do all the talking. Y'all, it's like it's like for the last minute and whatever, however long this fight here has been going on. Yeah, my mouth was uh was a gap. Like I actually hit spin to win, and it actually did something. Like, oh my god, that's hilarious. Um, I'm not even going to talk about Puck and you know who all he pairs with, because that's nobody until he gets a rework. Yeah. Um, Lightning Vault here. I see 6,000 hero points, um, Phoenix cover, cool. What's her face? Carol Danvers, some Rogue shards, Ghost Deadpool shards, you know, shards and here roster spots, which that's always a good thing. Oh, let's see here. I think I talked about the New Year's Vault. Excuse me. The Puzzle Gauntlet, Web Wonders starting off in a few hours, at least for me. While we talked about that earlier. Let's see here. Yeah, no, that's. Oh, well, we do got one other thing that we do want to talk. That I do want to talk about. Uh, Juggernaut. But this is not the one thing I want to talk about. But Juggernaut is our next crash, so that's going to be really, really simple, dummy proof, I would say. But if I can ever click on my roster, uh, sometime, anytime, computer. Okay, there we go. I want to talk about the new rework with our good friend Moon Knight. So that there was something I seen during the boss event, and I didn't get a chance to touch on it during Puzzle Gauntlet. So we'll make up for not talking about Puck by talking about Moon Knight. So his Crescent Darts actually got a whole lot cheaper. So instead of it being 10, it's now 6. Uh, at higher levels, it does considerably less damage than what it did originally when it cost 10 green. So it was like 13,000 damage it did to the target. Then it created a 4-turn fortified countdown tile that every time that the opponent would do some sort of damage, it would reflect back. But now it's again still does the same thing. So while the tiles on the board, the enemy does less damage, and then the damage is reflected back towards them. So again, still a decent ability to nullify any damage. Nightmare is pretty much the same, still costs 10. True heals Moon Knight if it happens to down an opponent, and then also create attack tiles on the board. But then if it doesn't down the opponent, or the lowest health opponent, I should say, then you're going to create some enemy projectiles for each active enemy still in the fight, and then deal damage to Moon Knight. Because again, Khonshu needs a sacrifice, and it doesn't matter whether or not if it's his avatar or somebody that's fighting his avatar. Now, Moonshadow on the other hand, this one here got that gigantic buff. So Moonshadow, it used to cost 10, now it's 7. So one of the things that I hate about some trap tiles in the game, it'll be the like one of 3 types. Either you have the ones that if they're on the board and then they get destroyed by something, those are my favorite types. I love those. Then you got the second type that has to be matched by the enemy. Anytime relying upon your enemy to do anything, that's not really that great. And then the third type, they say, is just there and it doesn't really do anything tangible on the board, meaning it might steal AP or resurrect or something like that. There, I don't care too much for those there. But anytime is that trap tiles are matched or destroyed either by us or by the opponent, I love those. So So you create 3 tiles on the board, you deal damage to the target, and then you steal up to 3 enemy strike, attack, or protect tiles, and then buffing them, a la Medusa. I'm trying to think here. Who else empowers attack tiles or strike, attack, or protect tiles besides Medusa? But that's the idea. Like with her purple hair metal, and then passively, um, Moon Knight still can't be stunned, but instead of it doing a pitiful amount of damage to the target, it now deals a massive amount of damage to the target and then steals 3 AP from a random enemy AP pool. Which, again, that part there, but the massive damage for trying to stun, yeah, that'll work against some teams that like to go infinite. So the Riri, um, what is her name? Mighty Thor and Shang-Chi or whoever they have as a third, like, yeah, put out Moon Knight. Like, Riri tries to stun with her green. Yeah, no, that's not working. And then one thing I read on the forum that someone had recommended use Immortal She-Hulk because whenever Riri goes airborne, well, she does some retaliatory damage based on the when a person's airborne. So there you go. So you have a counter for that team there. Now, so will we see Moon Knight in PvP Sim? Probably not, but hey, he'll be useful against those teams that like to stun, and hey, Thanos likes to stun too, so you can pretty much wipe out a wave node with Moon Knight, no problem. So that's the end of this video here. We'll catch y'all next Monday. Hopefully it didn't take too long with the explanation with Puck and all the other stuff. Be excellent to your fellow human beings, and I hope y'all having a great rest of your day, wherever it is, or whenever it is you watch this, sir. Peace.